explain our situation.
Yes.
And I always tell them, you know, they go in the confession books, they have to explain what they do and how they messed up, and the priest is trying to understand, which he's not understanding what he's doing, man.
Yes.
Tell him he had trouble on the job, and he's working one thing, and he said he thought he's gonna get this position, but somehow somebody else undercut him.
Uh-huh.
And we know how these things end. Folks know how to know just how to speak to the ball. They know how to go out and play golf with them, get their position.
Yes.
You might not be a golf player.
Yes.
Yeah, they might be you might not be a drinker. They know where to meet the boss right at the right place, at the drinking hole.
Yes.
You ain't a drinker, but they know how to do it.
Yes.
You right there and buy them a few drinks, know how to speak it. I always call it the buddy system.
Yes.
And that's the way folks make all their decisions. We had a postmaster just like that. He had to make all his decisions out there on the golf course.
Yes.
And sometimes that golf course decisions don't work all the time.
Uh-huh.
Because you get out there, so a lot of the folks be drinking by the time they get to the ninth hole, it ain't a hole at all.
Yes.
Just swinging the club. So we see these things are out there and they're happening. So Paul speaks to the Hebrew and tell them now, you got to understand, you got to tell Jesus everything.
Yes.
He said to go to the throne of grace. Grace
Yes.
means it's the unmerited favor.
Yes.
That we might obtain mercy.
Yes.
It's mercy at the throne of Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
grace to help in time of need when trouble comes. So it goes on in the 5th chapter, explain, for every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to God, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sin.
Yes. Yes.
And it goes on to explain that, verse explains that a high priest must be a person who got to be called by God.
Oh, yes.
And the priest is represented that God and thus must be identified with the human, and he must be identified with the human nature, but he also represented God and the people. So he must be called by God into the office. And a lot of these folks think the priesthood is just like another job. I always say some folks is in it just for the money.
Yeah, they go.
Yes.
And not called by God.
So they don't want to work.
Yes.
And then the priesthood, and they just for following the order in which it was given unto them.
Yes,
So
yes,
he
yes.
said the first thing you must be what? Called by God.
Yes.
And it must be a priest must represent the people. First
Yes.
thing, you must represent the people.
Yes.
So being other words of a human nature, we
Uh-huh.
understand that they have to understand that they are human.
Yes. Yes.
And yet of error. So first thing, the offering gifts and sacrifice for sin. Also, they said in the second verse, who can have compassion on the ignorance and on them that are out of the way. For that he himself also is compassionate with infirmities.
Uh-huh.
And we understood that because we wondered what happened to the Sanhedrin court and the Pharisees.
All right.
They wouldn't have compassion on nobody.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And they would put strongly strict rules on people that make the worship of God grievous
Yes.
unto an average people.
Yes.
But to see the word that who can have compassion on the ignorant, folks that just didn't know,
Yes.
on them that's out of the way. In other words, folks that's out of the way might be Gentile. They
Yes.
don't understand, but you
Yes.
have mercy on them. And for they himself also is compassionate with infirmities.
Yes.
He understood what it means to be weak and hungry and thirsty. And by that reason, herefore, he ought, as for the people, so also for himself to offer up of sin. So, in other words, of being human, he also had to offer up sin for himself and for the people.
Yes. Yes.
So they went up in the holies of holies, and he offered a sacrifice first for himself. And let's remember, he had to go in, he had to be pure from which he was offering that sacrifice, sincere unto God in what he was doing.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we all understand that the ones that was unsincere, the bells would stop ringing.
Yes.
And they would have to pull them out.
Yes.
Unsincere, that what made the worship and the horn of them. So the priest had to go in and first offer up his sin.
Yes.
And then come back and then set his sins aside for his infirmities. And go in then offer up the sins for the people. Another sacrifice.
Yes.
But we have a high priest says that even though that in the 4th verse it says, and no man taketh this honor unto himself, but he that is called of God, as was Aaron.
Yes. Yes.
All right, our key verse is number 5. And so also Christ glorified not himself to be made a high priest, but he that said unto him, thou my son, today I have begotten thee.
Yes. Yes.
So we see we have a priest that can be separated from the other human priesthood.
Yes.
So in other words, when Jesus understands us, what we are going through,
Yes.
physically understood what it meant to be hungry.
Yes.
He told them that they were toiling all night trying to fish.
Right.
He told them to cast their nets on the right side.
Yes.
They went back up and came back and brought in a great abundance.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Jesus met them after the resurrection and was already cooking fish.
Yes.
Tell them, come on, let's eat.
Yeah.
They knew they had got hungry. They needed substance.
Yes.
Jesus knew what it meant. Even if he talk about the 5,000, and he looked and said, look among and see what we got. He said, we can't go into town, one of them said, and get bread and substance for all this many people. He said, see what you got among them.
Yes.
And happened to take a boy's little lunch.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
a boy's lunch with 2 loaves and a few fishes.
Yes.
Broke it and blessed it. And
Yes.
fed 5,000.
Yes.
And then told them to go pick up the substance that's left.
Yes.
That should have been enough to know that you got a high priest now.
Yes.
Now understand what we're going through.
Yes.
So when we have trouble in our lives,
Oh yes. Oh
we
yes.
are acquainted with grief.
Yes.
He understands our situations on
Oh
our job.
yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
we understand what it means to get down to your last penny.
Yes.
And you can't afford to pay your taxes. So he
Yes.
told Peter to go out there and fish and bring in a substance. And when he came in, he says, what'd you have? He said, not pay my taxes and your taxes too.
Yes.
So he
Yes.
understood what it means to not have enough
Yes.
that needed to be paid. And so folks said, they wanted to say that. They said, well, they want to try to catch Jesus or something. Now, Jesus, now what we do? Should we be paying our Roman taxes? He said, show me the inscription on the coin.
Yes.
Flipped it over, it says unto Caesar. He
Uh-huh.
said, give Caesar what's to Caesar.
Yes.
Give God what is to God.
Yes.
You can't get no plainer because Jesus understood what it meant.
Yes.
He understood, I understood, and we can see even those that was ignorant. And I love every time I speak about the Syro-Phoenician woman.
All right now.
When she came and told her my daughter's sick, and Jesus said, I can't cast my bread unto the dog.
Yes.
But
Yes.
she said, oh no, that didn't deter her because she knew this was her last chance.
Yes.
She said, now listen now, Jesus, I might be a dog.
Yes.
But even the dogs eat the crumb that fall from the
All right
master's
now.
hand. Whatever it takes, give me a crumb.
Yes.
Give me something I need to fix my daughters that's in trouble. I believe you got what I need. I need a substance from you. You have the power to heal and deliver my daughter. So that's what we have to get. So we go on our knees. We ain't praying to somebody that don't understand,
Yes.
don't comprehend, don't understand what it goes through to me to have trouble in this world and yet be able to make it. You understand? Because he's acquainted with grief. He cried and said, Jesus wept. Right, that Lazarus prayed. He understood what it meant to lose somebody you love.
Yes.
He
Yes.
understood when the children was crying, when the daughter was crying. Mary and the sister said, our brother, if you had been there, our brother wouldn't have died.
Yeah, that's it.
Jesus began to whip, got toward the groom and the grave, and he said, wait a minute, Lord, we can't roll back the stone because because he's been in there a while and he's stinking. Jesus said, oh no, don't matter to me. He said, this is for the benefit of these folks that's around here. I'm going to call his name.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Oh, yeah.
called Lazarus.
Yeah.
Come forth.
Yes.
But they didn't know what they was doing.
Yeah.
They asked Jesus to raise him up from the dead. Look, he didn't call everybody come forth. Because he did everything had to get up out the grave. Everything had to come up and stand before him. Hollering and jumping. Loose and let him go free. That's what I'm saying. The praise of our priests. So we go to God. And we see him as written on the written. He said, Jesus standing there at the right hand of the Father.